welcome to the Links Golf Cup East Lothian 2019 here on Scotland's Golf Coast. Well, the breeze was up, but the sun was out for most of the week. Certainly better than the snow of last year, and the competitors all happy to be here, and the crowds are definitely up on last year. Yes, 2018, that man just had one dog with him, and excitement throughout the region for this biggest of opening tournaments for the golf season. Now, Martin Cooper warming up one arm, and that's his full warm-up routine. Just warms up that left arm, and well, I do hope that works out for him. But other competitors working on their short game. Now, Tim Price here chipping on, well, very nearly holing that. And you can see he's about 10 yards, maybe, off the practice putting green. And I tell you what, he's so lethal with that wedge. I think if I was him, I would just aim wide of the green every time and guarantee a par. Now, back on the first tee, Martin Cooper with that strong left arm, and he's now regretting it. It's going over and over in his head. Doesn't want to have too much of a strong left arm. That could push the ball right. Oh dear, and that's exactly what's happened. In fact, that's heading towards those other golfers walking towards us. But just coming up short. Yes, should have warmed up the other arm, Martin. Now, North Berwick. Here's a man that the Links Golf Cup got to know very well last year. Johnny Ray, a winner in Ayrshire. And this early on in his round in North Berwick. And that's the kind of form that wins you a Links Golf Cup. And Johnny determined to add to his title haul. Now we can move back to the second now here at North Berwick. And it's all about adapting to the courses, changing your game when you're here. The wind is up. Links Golf play a bump and run. Dave Leffley. And that's exactly what he's doing, a pitch and run. Unfortunately, he didn't notice that huge bunker in front of him. And I think he might have noticed it now. And, well, it's all about you have to pay attention to what's around you. Now, Greg Ewart is so in the zone over his ball that he hasn't noticed that there's a big wall between him and the flag. And, yes, he's paid the price for that. It's now he's noticed that there's a wall there and decided to just chip round it. Well, a bit more sensible from Greg, second time round. Out to GULLANE 2 and 16th. And here we have Phil Bedford. Now, Phil, an old-fashioned kind of player, just walks up, addresses the ball, hits it. He knows his environment, he judges the conditions, and he judges them to perfection. Look at that, a long, long way away on this par 5, and that is absolutely pin high. Beautiful stuff. Old school from Phil. But over at North Berwick, well, this is Robert Allen, and he has every bit of technology going. Well, when you're a long, long way away from the green, it's good to have one of these range finders to see just how far you've got to go. I would say that's about 20 yards. Not too sure that I would need the laser sight to judge that distance. I'm not quite sure what it would tell him. It certainly can't have affected his club selection, Robert. But, well, I guess it's only fair to mock if it doesn't work, and that's not a bad effort actually from Robert. Well played. Now out to GULLANE and the third, and Martin Cooper. He's really upset about that drive on the first. In fact, he's quite emotional. I think he might be crying. Is he crying back there? No, surely not. Oh, he is. Oh, he just can't get it out of his mind. Oh dear, and the tears are coming down. It wasn't that bad a drive. I mean, I think it made it onto the 18th. Oh, but he's seriously upset. If only he'd warmed up his right arm. Now, Tim Price. We saw him chipping on at the practice putting green from about 10 yards off. And, well, I did suggest to him that he was so good with that wedge from the edge of the green that he just should miss out the green altogether with his approach shots. So here at the par 3 fifth, that's exactly what he's done, and that is just his length. We all know, ladies and gentlemen, that will be one chip, one putt, 2 points and a par. Now, out to North Berwick, Dave Ellison, another man who's used to missing the green with his approach play, and it shows. Well, he's had so much practice from the rough that he is now an expert. Beautiful stuff there from Dave. Now, back to GULLANE and the 16th, and Jason Brown. Now, Jason's been working on his power. Look how far up he is on this par 5 already. And, well, he's certainly developed his power. He's struggling to control his power. It's not always appropriate to have such power, but, well, he's all about the power play. Kilspindie, 15. Well, it can be difficult with the wind to stop the ball. Paul Davis looking to stop this ball with his approach shot. I'm not sure if he was looking to stop it 30 yards short of the green, but a nice bit of check. Nonetheless, he hasn't run through the green, and not too bad. Now, 15th, Gullan number 2, Darren Swales. Tricky par 3 this, you'll all remember, coming up the hill. Difficult to see exactly what you've got to do. But Darren is a man who knows exactly what you've got to do. Land it on the front of the green, round that big bunker, and right up nestling it next to the hole. I can tell you, he got his 4. Now, Jason Brown, well, we saw him with that powerful chip here at 16, and this time he's going a little bit more sensible to take the power out of his game. He's using the putter. No, in fact, even with the putter, it's all about the power. Well, I think he's been going to the gym just a little bit too much. Jason, you need to calm down. A nice little scenic shot here, but, well, we can always spot the shorts on the course of Gary Martin. Too far away to tell whether there's a good shot or not. Oh, I'm thinking it probably wasn't, actually. But nice to see those shorts out no matter what the conditions. Now we can move over to Kilspindie in the 18th, and Shug Crawford, another Links Golf Cup regular, going for eagle here. Oh, and what a finish that would have been to his round. Yes, well, an eagle there would have doubled his points tally. No wonder he's a little bit disappointed. Great effort from Shug though. Now, Gullan, 14, John Thompson. Now this might be difficult to watch for some viewers. The ball sitting up pretty nicely, just at the edge of the fairway. Should see the ball come straight towards us. But unfortunately, John seems to be struggling a little bit with his game. Well, that is one of those shots that you don't mention. Yes, golfers can fear those, an attack of the shanks, and in fact, Derek Pettit wasn't too far away, and he saw that shot by John, and he's determined to keep the shanks out of his game, so he's gone for the straight pull. Well, I don't know if he's trying to miss out the rest of the 12th here on Gullan 2. It certainly wasn't a shank though, Derek. Certainly wasn't a shank. Derek is out with Sandy Fraser, and Sandy, a very traditional kind of golfer, likes to play things how they should be. Par 4 here, nice tee shot to the edge of the fairway, an approach and 2 putts for his par is what Sandy would like to do, but, well, fair to say he's a long, long way away, and he'll be doing well to get 2 putts for his par from there. But we can get back now to John Thompson, and John, well, after that shank, he heard the cameraman sniggering a little bit. John taking exception to that, and in fact he's trying to take out the cameraman altogether. Heading straight towards him, but, well, the cameraman just avoids it, but the camera buggy gets it. John Thompson, now just be warned, if you see him shank, don't snigger. Back with Sandy Fraser, and we said, well, he'd have a lot of work to do to get his 2 putts for a par from there. He's about 60 or 70 yards away from the flag, but he's a man that knows his own game. Wonderful long putt there from Sandy. That's how to do it. Now, back to the 16th. Well, Steve actually saw that putt from Sandy. This is Steve Hall, and he's taken inspiration, wants to do exactly the same thing, and in fact he's hit the exact same putt as Sandy. Unfortunately, he was only half the distance to the hole, so that ball has ran on a touch, but a perfect simulation of Sandy Fraser's putt. Just wasn't the perfect distance. But of course these greens here at Gullan are magnificent, even for this time of year. Or for any time of year, and good putts are well rewarded, even with idiosyncratic putting styles like Bill Lawson. But I tell you what, if it works for you, in it goes. Yes, little fist bump there. That is a magnificent 7. A little bit emotional. Now back to Kilspindie in the 18th. Well, of course, it was a kind of drivable par 4. For a lot of the golfers, and this is Michael Gebhard, and he has got this for his eagle. Second shot from the edge of the green. Oh, it just wasn't to be. Well, it's been a while since he's had an eagle. Well, what's this? North Berwick, Mark Atwell. one of these new fantastic remote control trolleys. I'm not sure if he's passed his driving test for it though. A little bit stuck in the wall. Well, we can go back with Michael. Well, he missed his eagle putt, so he's got this for a birdie. Oh dear, that's a shame. Well, when you've got an eagle chance, there's nothing worse than a 3-putt. That's a real shame. Yes, nothing worse than a 3-putt, except perhaps a 4-putt. And from eagle opportunity to a tap-in bogey. Oh dear, Michael. Well, he still seems to be enjoying himself. Yes, certainly. There we go. Never seen a bogey celebrated so well. Back with Steve Hall. Now, we saw him a little bit long with the Sandy Fraser tribute putt. So now he's got a little wedge out for his next approach shot to try and get it a little bit of check on it, a little bit of backspin, a little bit of stop, a little bit of extra distance, a little bit of top spin, a little bit off down towards the beach here at North Berwick. Oh dear. Now, come on, Mark. Let's get this trolley sorted. I think it's ready to go. I don't know if he's got somebody else's remote control. KILSPINDIE 16. And here we have Stuart Shackleton. That is in all the way. What a fantastic putt. Lovely stuff. Well, it's a real head-to-head between Stuart and John Thompson. And John, well, he saw Stuart's putt there. And he's possibly round about the same distance away, and perhaps even further away. But I tell you what, these two, there's nothing to choose between them. Two wonderful putts. Yes, they know how to perform for the camera. Lovely stuff. Welcome back to North Berwick. And, well, the second, everybody remembers this tee shot. It can be a real card wrecker. So we've slowed it down, super slow motion for Robert Allen here. And he doesn't want to ruin his card with a bad drive here on 2. But he might not have too much say over it because the card has just decided to escape itself. And off it goes. But of course, you don't mark your own card. And he's got Seamus Coleman's card. And Seamus started with a birdie. And he is definitely not going to let that card out his sights. Well, I haven't seen Seamus run so fast since he won the 100 metres at his primary school. Although he was 19 at the time. Well, that card is now safe. But it's all about decisions here on the second tee. And here we have Rob Vine. Now, he can either choose to take the safe line off to the left, or the sensible line. You want to try and get nearer the hole if you can. Or he could be very, very brave, the tiger line. And so we're ready. He's mulling over those options in his mind with his practice swing. Will he be safe? Will he be sensible? Or will he be brave? No, he's created his very own category of driving line, and that is the Rob Vine Ultra Safe line. Yes, trying to just rebound it off the wall over there at the Marine Hotel. Well, it's fair to say that is safe. It's a safe place to aim. So Pete Fotheringham playing with Rob, and he likes that line, and that is, he's gone the safe line. Of course, it's only safe if you're playing it, not if you're playing the 17th. And ducking for cover, the locals, well, I'm not sure how that would go down. Now, Dave Allen, 14th at Gullan, in the bunker, a tricky lie, getting less and less tricky all the time. Yes, well, we've seen this kind of thing before, but it's still a tricky downhill, in the bunker lie kind of shot here at 14. What can he do? The ball sitting up nicely, as we've seen, and it's out, and it's out. But of course, scooping the ball out doesn't give you any control over distance. But I tell you what, when you're a golfer of Dave Allen's abilities, that means nothing. You simply step up, pull out the putter, and ram the putt home in spectacular style. And with that, it's a nice way to finish off our coverage here of the Links Golf Cup 2019.